Welcome back to another video from the Debate Room podcast. This is episode 96. We're coming at you directly after game 3 of the NBA Finals. So we're going to solve this episode with a game 3 reaction, our thoughts about game 3. Obviously, the Celtics took a 3-0 lead, and so we'll be breaking down the game and what it means for the players involved in the series, all that type of stuff. But before we even get it started, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, and follow us on all our social media accounts up at the top of the screen. We've been going for a minute. It's been like 11 days since we actually did an episode. I know we had like a video. I put a video reaction to game 2 out a few days ago, but we haven't did an episode in a minute. And that's because we all been transitioning, to be honest. The summer started. I know Q moved to a different place. I moved into his apartment, which I'm still getting ready and stuff right now. So right now I'm just sitting in the dining room. My setup is not ready and nothing like that yet. So we've all been transitioning. Jaden is moving into a new apartment next week. So he's going to be back to next week. So that's why we haven't been getting so much content out. But I want to get the ball rolling again so we can regain our momentum that we've been having for the last month or so. But before we start the episode, Q, how was it moving and everything? How did that, traveling from New York go?
Man, it was cool, solid. Big change, big new area. If y'all don't, well, I moved to Denver. Got a job. It was something new to do. But for me, I'm in the process of setting everything up, waiting for everything to get, delivered and whatnot. It's just been tired, all this running around. I ain't been active, nothing. Then I had a little family thing. Had to deal with that. But I'm back.
Max, how you been? We haven't, had an episode in a minute, so I know you've been doing a lot of TikTok work. So, where your head at?
I've just been working. That's about it. To be honest, this final has just been boring. It's been pissing me off. I've not been enjoying watching basketball at all for the past week. Been watching hockey, been watching baseball, been watching anything else to try and get away from basketball because, again, I don't like Boston in the first place, but this has just kind of killed my mood anyway. So looking forward to the offseason, looking forward to the draft. But yeah, just I'm keeping busy with work, but the sports world has been pissing me off. So I've been doing everything but sports for a little bit.
All right, let's get into this game 3 reaction. Obviously, the Celtics went up 3-0. Series is over. I thought the series was over before it started. I thought the series was over after game 1. I just knew the series. I knew the Mavericks had no chance, basically. I was, to be honest, just giving them a 6 out of respect for Luka. But this is one of those series where it was like a bad matchup for the Mavericks and an extreme talent gap from the start. But for me, as a Luka Doncic fan, I was super disappointed in him tonight. This was the worst game I ever watched Luka Doncic play, to be honest. I know he had 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, but he was god-awful defensively. And this was the most important game of his life. And he was terrible tonight. He was terrible. Like, he cost him the game. They had a chance. They went down 21. Kyrie got them going. They were making big shots. The others were finally stepping up, hitting shots. And 2 dumb fouls. Terrible rotations all night. Terrible effort cutting people off. They were hunting him all night. They've been hunting him all series. This is like some of the worst defense I've ever seen from a superstar in the NBA Finals. It was nasty. It's like, we all know Luka can't play defense. Like, it's not a secret. He's a terrible defender. And that's fine. He can get away with that. One, if the matchup permits it. Like, obviously, like, some teams just don't have that many perimeter threats to attack him on a consistent basis. And 2, if he's consistently giving effort. Like, his effort was just terrible tonight. And that was just my biggest takeaway from the game. Obviously, they had a 13-point lead in the beginning. Got into stagnant offense, and then the Celtics just got going. Tatum came out really aggressive tonight. But to lose a game when Kristaps Porzingis was out, to lose a game in game 2, where I believe they held the lead as well, it's just and Tatum wasn't playing well. It's unacceptable, bro. I don't got much to say, to be honest, about the game or the series. It was just bad.
This is about to get repetitive. Because I'd say the same things you're saying. I want to note, we know Luka not a very good defender at all. Like, he's a top 2 player in the world without ever being a good defender. feel me? So I'm not gonna always kill him. I know there's people out there not saying he's not the best player in the series because he's not playing defense, but I mean he's clearly the best player in the series. With that being said, this is like, you know how like you coach through a season, so you don't do certain things through a season. Okay, cool. But in the finals, at that point, like based off like little knick-knack injuries and things like playing defense, those are the times where you decide to waste all your energy because after this, there's nothing else. You just going home and rest anyway. Even you win or lose, you know you about to go on vacation. So it would be in his best interest to at least show some effort on that end. But I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna get what you get. If you're not gonna play defense, you have to go out there and give me 38, 12, and 13. But he's not doing that either. So it's like it looks a lot bad. A lot worse. And first two games, team couldn't make nothing. Nobody made a three. They were shooting like 8% from three. Luka was doing his thing, but this game, it just like it was a conundrum of talent disparity, Luka being Luka with the refs, and just overall just not being on point. And that's going to come to a head. I know we was talking about Boston, how like remember we was talking about how like Miami, they came back from down 3-0 to make force a game 7 based off talent. This is the same thing. They're nip and tuck games with Dallas, and then when it gets ugly time, I said Dallas was a good ugly winning team. It's hard to win ugly games against a team that has so much talent, and Boston just when push comes to shove, their talent just gonna prevail, and that's just what happened. It didn't help that Luka got fouled out, but that's just on him doing dumb things. Kyrie tried his hardest. You finally got the Kyrie game you needed. Came 2 games, 2.5 games too late. But series over is 3-0. They can win one game and make it respectable. But I mean, that's just in Boston's favor. They can win the series on their home floor, make Dallas look even worse. It's cool. It's like 07 all over again. Matching my guy with my new guy, who's gonna be my guy for the next 15.
Wait, hold on. You a Luka guy? What did you call Luka guy? I didn't know that. I swear I didn't know
Luka, I'm a LeBron fan, bro.
I swear I didn't know that. I swear I didn't know that.
What
I know.
You watched me ride with Dallas this whole
playoff.
I didn't ride with Dallas.
I thought it was an agenda or something. My bad.
I like the same way I like certain quarterbacks. I like certain players. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're a certain mold of player, Kevin Durant's probably like the only player that doesn't fit the mold of the players that I like. But all my players, fit the same mold when it comes to basketball.
When I say that, it's just I guess it goes off the air.
I don't run around and flaunt it all the time. I'm not going around. Follow this, follow that. I'm not jacking. I'm a Cavs fan. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I do it, but I don't do that. You be front.
Aren't you a Cavs fan?
No.
What?
I'm a Darius Garland fan. I like Darius Garland. You'll never see me say nothing about Donovan Mitchell. I don't really care if he's there or not. Like I was rooting for DG in the Cavs, like without Donovan Mitchell there. Like I actually don't want Donovan Mitchell on the team because I want my guy to start.
Max, what's your take on the game?
Nothing. Luka didn't. Whatever. Luka was inefficient. It was a game of inefficiencies for a little bit. I was happy Jaylen Brown scored. I hope Jaylen Brown wins his Finals MVP. Like this. That is the only takeaway for me. And again, I feel like it seems like me, Latif, whoever, we hate Tatum. We don't. It's just putting people in conversations they're not supposed to be in is a big deal when it comes to NBA conversations, NBA talk. And with how Jason Tatum's playing, more power to him. He's about to win a ring. But he's shooting 37% from the field. I think he was shooting 22 for 59.
He has the worst field goal percentage in finals history.
I didn't know that. Even worse. And if you hear from any other player, if you switch anyone else, you could put KD, you could put LeBron, you could put Steph. Okay, cool. I'm just saying. Okay, cool.
KD not better than Tatum.
Hold on. Let me just say what I have to say. I'm just saying. If you put them in the situation, the media is going to shit on them. Whether they're winning or they're losing, if they're taking these shots, the media is still going to shit on them. And from what I've heard, it's been crickets. Is it not?
Yeah. Chief. Tatum's still better than KD?
I sent my list in the chat. I think I got Tatum at like 9.
Where's
What
KD
happened?
at?
Rim pressure ain't doing it for you?
No. I mean,
Ain't it?
it's inefficiency. His pull-up jump shot is just too inconsistent, man.
Bro
It's-
averaged
I
30
mean,
points at like 42%. Talking about he
there's-
better than KD. Man,
There's
I
an
hate
argument.
you.
There's an argument that Tatum is better than KD still. You can
Nah,
make the
bro,
argument. He's a
bro.
better. He's a better all-around player.
Again, I'm not gonna get into it. That's Latif's agenda that kind of fell
Yes.
apart in the biggest moments.
He has an
Um,
he doesn't have he's an anti Kevin Durant agenda. That's just his body.
It's just like if this whole series goes and somehow Tatum gets a Finals MVP,
No.
and all we look at for history is a Tatum Finals MVP, conversation's gonna get nasty.
The argument is over. We don't got that's over, bro. JB won it already, bro.
I hope it's Drew, but yeah, it's gonna be JB.
Drew has the case. It's probably like neck and neck. But
I think
based off
JB.
this game, the slight edge is Jaylen Brown.
They love points. He had 38 and 8 tonight. He's doing more than just scoring the basketball. Like he's defending well. Like he's gonna win it. I think he'll win it.
The thing with Tatum, he's at like he has a Kevin Durant syndrome also. Like he's like that the guy that's like right there, like he's that bridge between like the super good, like elite, and then like the up and come, like the top fresh guys, and like he's the guy that everybody's like, he's better than Tatum. He's better than Tatum, just to like move him up. Same thing with Kevin Durant gets, like especially like with old time talks. Like Kevin Durant, like he's probably 13 or 15, and every time somebody gets a ring or whatever, now, is he better than Kevin Durant? Is he better? It's like the same thing. Jason Tatum's comfortably, he's anywhere from, I'm gonna be nice, I'm gonna say 7. See 7 and 9, anywhere from 7 and 9. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool to say, but people, based off like narratives and whatnot, the best player on the best team in the league that wins the championship, he's supposed to be this, that, and third. Sometimes the best play, like sometimes the best player in the league is not winning the chip. Like it's just what it is. And the team construction doesn't allow for him to ever really be super high because he's never gonna really have a crazy, workload. And that's not his fault, but it's working against him, and he's not really gonna get out of it unless they reel off 4 straight championships, and then you could start really giving him some credit because he's part of something. That probably won't happen either.
Last thing I'll say is this team is just too good. But it's really a 2-year cap. Like they have this year and next year, and after that, you got age with Drew Holiday. You got contracts ending. They kind of have to win this year or next year, or that championship window again closes with this current team. You still have Tatum, you still have Brown. Huh?
Horford about to win this ring. He gone.
It doesn't matter. I don't care about him.
Yeah.
He's replaceable. He is replaceable. And in effect, to the starting 5, he is replaceable.
Oh yeah.
If you still have a starting 5, you can get a new backup center. That's fine.
He's more like he's worth more than like play on the court for them. I feel like. They also never really had they never really had a real leader. He's been the most constant, except for that little year and a half stint where he was like Philly OKC before he came back. But they're gonna miss that a little bit. But
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm not an Al Horford guy. You will never hear me praising him on the court, but I agree off the court. He's been there off and on. Obviously, he went to Philly and then came back, but he has been like a Celtic for the past X number of years. And that team has been a revolving door. They were talking about this team, This team learned a lot from 2022. Who was there from 2022? Tatum, Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford. That's it.
Derek White wasn't there. No, he was.
2022. Yeah, he was on team 2022.
He got traded that year. I thought he wasn't this version of Derek White though. So
yeah.
Anyways, that's it. I don't got much to say.
He's 30, by the way. Well, he's 29, but
he was just doing whatever in San Antonio for years.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna ask if Jaylen Brown is the Finals MVP, but we already addressed that. Oh my God, I think the consensus is he is Finals MVP. I had like the hiccups or something like that. But
I thought you were gonna throw up for a second.
That's a good thing and a bad thing.
I don't know.
It's a bad thing kind of for Tatum. It's a good thing for Jaylen Brown. This also that Finals MVP could kind of like sort of quiet that Jamal Murray better than Jaylen Brown little side conversation that people be having.
It's a good thing for Boston because they just shelled out 60 whatever mil that everyone's like, oh, overpaid. I'm sorry.
He's gonna get that anyway, though.
I'm just saying, this contract looks the first year he gets a Finals MVP. Contract looks so much better. I don't care. I get
that's facts.
But Tatum, if Tatum don't win Finals MVP, that contract he about to get gonna look crazy. Like You know what I'm saying? They about to give him 350.
I think when JB gets his Finals MVP, they're gonna pay Tatum whatever, even more money. And I don't know. It might rub people the wrong way.
No, it's not, bro. Let's be serious.
Potentially rub
We
people
actually
the
be
wrong
serious. That's not gonna no, it's
It
not.
could rub people the
No,
wrong
it's
way.
not. No, it's not. Can we stop trolling? I kind of want to play as a dare though. Like, what does this make? Like this Finals MVP for Jaylen Brown? What does this do for Jason Tatum's legacy? I really want to know. Like, how are we talking about him right now? Like, I don't know.
The same with Curry. Curry in 2015.
But Curry was a much better player, and Curry actually probably should have won Finals MVP. It was gonna be first.
Curry was still regarded as no lower than a top 3 player in the league, even without that. And he still followed up the very next year, going unanimous. Still making it back.
I'm just saying, before that season, what did that mean for him not getting Finals MVP?
I
don't remember a lot of too much discourse on that, to be honest.
Like he was robbed.
He was a better player.
Braun should have won Finals MVP more than it should have been Curry winning Finals MVP.
You said what?
In terms of Jason Tatum, I said I heard about Braun being like I've heard more talks about Braun should have been Finals MVP over Curry being Finals MVP for 2015.
Yeah.
With Tatum, with the Finals MVP, he probably still wasn't moving past the 6th best player in the league. Without one, he's definitely capped at being no higher than 7, 8. So it's like, it's cool. It's whatever. It's an accolade. It's only going to matter if like he ends up with his career only having 1 Finals. And it's like, you got a ring, but you weren't the best player in your championship, which happens for a lot of players. But like, especially like RIP Jerry West, when he won his ring, he wasn't the best player on his team, but he still had an amazing track record of doing great in the finals. Tatum don't have that. Like he isn't good in the finals so far. So it's not like he's the driving force of a finals winning team. Like he just is the best player through 82 games. That's whatever. He's still gonna be a Hall of Famer. Doesn't really matter.
All right. Next topic. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. All right. Compare these NBA Finals teams. I'm gonna give you guys 3 matchups between NBA championship winning teams, and you guys tell me who will win. The first matchup: 2001 Lakers versus 2017 Golden State Warriors.
Give me Golden State. There's nobody on that. There's nobody on the roster that's
how many games? How many games?
6. I'm gonna be respectful. It's Golden State in 6. Kevin Durant. There's nobody that could guard him in NBA history. He's top 5, or top 3 or 4 in finals points per game. You feel me? Top 5 in playoff points per game. Like you're not. There's no team that's gonna stop that team, especially with the spacing that he's gonna have. Kevin Durant's gonna go crazy. Curry gonna go crazy. Yeah, you can say Shaq, but at some point, Shaq not gonna score 125 points by himself.
3s are better than 2s. 3s are better than 2s.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to light him up. I watched Clay get 60 without doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me about that 0-1 team. That's cool 20 years ago.
I completely agree with Q. I'm going to hop in. I completely agree with Q. I don't really got much to say. I think 6 is perfect. Maybe they go to 7 if they just completely do something, but I think 6 is perfect. Obviously, barring injuries, we're doing this for. But, yeah, 3s are better than 2s. I know Shaq said, whatever. Just try and have someone go to the paint, you'll lay them out. They don't have to. They don't really have to go to the paint. They could just chill on the outside. They could afford to miss shots because those will get the next one. You're also playing with benches. I know Iggy talked about this too. If you're playing with benches, they also had a pretty solid bench. Those Warriors teams had bodies on the bench.
Livingston don't miss a mid-range.
They had dudes on the bench for sure. So I just think, for me watching basketball, I think the 2017 Warriors, I think a healthy 2019 Warriors is still the best. I think that's the best team ever created if everyone's healthy, just with their starting 5. But I think the 2017 and 2018 Warriors, from what I saw, are probably the best basketball teams I think have ever been made. So,
I'll probably have to agree. 2017 is the greatest team ever created.
29. If 29
was healthy, that's the best team. Yes, I agree. 100%.
An ACL tear, 2 ACL tears. That's the best team I ever seen.
1,000,000%.
I just
don't know. No question.
I don't know what they would do with Shaq. It would be bad. Shaq would probably average like 30.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, but you feel me? It's like it's one guy not going to do everything. And yeah, everybody's like, but what about Kobe? You're gonna
we're not talking about Kobe. Kobe would get his. Trust.
we gonna let Clay and Iggy try their best. Go ahead, y'all try your best over there.
We were frying them too.
You want to tussle with Shaq? Go ahead and tussle with Shaq. Kevin Durant gonna sit over there. And he's gonna get a quiet 32 points per game in that series because everybody's worried about Curry, per usual, and he's gonna light it up. Next,
I would go 17 Warriors in 7. That's what I would do.
That's respectful. If you could go 6, you could go 7.
If these two NBA championship teams matched up with what's the next team? All right, next team is going to be 2013 Heat versus 2008 Celtics.
I'm gonna go.
Battle of the super teams.
I'm gonna go first. Give me the 2013 Heat. Bron. I'm sorry. After he lost after he lost 2010 to Boston, he was just killing Boston. I'm sorry. You can say that's out of the picture. Like, who cares about teams? Miami Brown is not losing to Boston. One. I'm taking their big 3 over Boston's big 4. I don't care. Coaching wise, I'll give Spo the nod over Doc Rivers. I really don't have any issue with that. I'm literally just taking Braun is going to average 45 a game. He's killing Boston. I really don't want to say he's killing Boston.
D Wade were kind of like on the back end. He was kind of like damn near on the back end, especially that finals. I think he played bad in that finals. Let me go check.
So who are you picking?
He played bad in 2014.
So who
he did.
I
pick Boston with a straight face, Latif.
No. So Wade averaged 19, 4 and 4 in that finals.
I'll take Miami in 6. I'll take Miami in 6 though.
Listen. Kevin Garnett is one of the best defenders ever. He's one of the best power. He's a top. I think he's a top 2 power forward of all time. I respect KG. He was the best player on that team by far.
Yep.
2013 LeBron James is the best basketball player to ever play basketball. Give me that. 2013 LeBron is the best player to ever pick up a basketball. I just don't know.
Is he better than
You know that. You want to talk about
2013 Bron is better than 2012 for sure.
Yeah, you like 09. You think 09 was the best season. Let me not say that. 2013, that was the best LeBron James, best basketball player a person has ever seen. I'm going with that over Boston. That Paul Pierce nonsense, that's over with. He not doing nothing, not checking him. And KG cool and all that, but I watched LeBron James yam it on his head multiple times, like in his prime. So I'm cool. You're not really telling me nothing.
And Miami's got goons to run with them. Miami can spread the floor. They got easy shooters.
Miami is easy 6.
All right, I'm gonna go 2013 Miami in 6 games. They don't have a matchup for LeBron. And that's the issue. They really don't. But yeah, Dwayne Wade averaged 16 points in that playoff run. He just He just wasn't. Let me look at the field goal percentage.
Yeah, how many
Don't
points
do that. Don't do
45% from the field, 25% from 3, 75% from the free throw line.
I told you don't do that, bro.
He fell off.
I told you don't do that.
All right. Next matchup is 2014 Spurs versus the 2023 Nuggets. 2014 Spurs is one of the ones, man. That's probably one of the most dominant finals performances of all time from a team. Like they had a
gauntlet. Like they handled it pretty well.
They ran through OKC, right? OKC.
Whoa. Cut it out.
What?
They ain't run through OKC.
I'm not. Trust me, I'm an OKC fan. I'm saying they went through OKC.
Russ that just got back. Ibaka didn't even start the playoffs. He came back game 2. You know
Didn't we lose in 5 or 6 of a 6 or 7?
Yeah, they lost in 6. But the 2 games, Ibaka came back. Like his first 2 games, they won those 2 games because that shifted. Like they was missing that. But 2014 Spurs in 6. Yeah, 2014 and 6.
I'll say 2014 and 7. We were talking about this beforehand. Kawhi is clamping Jamal Murray. We saw what he did against LeBron in that series.
What?
Kawhi is, huh?
What he do?
LeBron literally got pissed off when he entered the game. I'm sorry.
Oh, brother, please give me a break.
Kawhi defended LeBron. Whatever. If you want to say whatever you want, cool. They won the series. Doesn't matter. Kawhi was a better defender than the majority of people in the league were on LeBron that year. Regardless. Yeah, Jamal Murray's not doing anything. It's going to be Jokic versus Tim Duncan and everybody else. And the only way that Denver wins is if any role player is scoring 25, 30 a night. That's about it. I'll take Greg Popovich with a coaching nod too.
I'm gonna go 2014 Spurs in 5. I'm not gonna lie. They beat the shit out the Heat. I mean, we got actually they didn't do that. They did though. They literally demolished them.
Bro, Dwayne Wade was averaging like 9 points, man.
Yeah, so they beat them. That's one of the best teams in NBA history, I think, especially defensively. Just like all around team, they were just great. Like the chemistry, all that type of stuff. Years of playing together. Amazing coaching, amazing defense. They demolished. And I know Chris Bosh and Wade was washed by that time, but they did beat them.
Chris Bosh wasn't washed. He just had a bad finals. Chris Bosh after that still averaged it was an all-star, still averaged like 20.
Didn't he have blood clots like literally the season after that?
Yeah, no, not the season after that. Like it was like 2 seasons after that. Like he was cooking for the Heat. Like he was good. Like he just had a bad series, or bad finals.
Let me look. Okay, 2015, 2016 Spurs 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a top 5 net rating never. Let me look. There's another Spurs team on here.
I think Chris Bosh averaged like 9 points in that finals for real. I was joking.
No, I think Wade averaged like 11 or something like that. Look, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade averaged 15 points and 3 rebounds and 2 assists. On bad, the efficiency was god awful. All right, that's how that segment. I think Max has something on this buy or sell topic.
Are we not doing the Lakers talk?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, we do that last because just do it last. We do it last.
All right. Well, I got 2. I got buy, sell, and hold. Obviously, it's not like the stock market. I'm going to give an NBA topic. You guys tell me if you're buying it, you're selling it, or if you're holding and seeing if it's going to go up or down again. First up, pretty easy. Super teams.
I'm buying it.
I'm selling it. I think super teams are pretty much done for. To be honest, I don't really think this Celtics team is a super team. They if they are, they're an unorthodox one. Like they have built around these 2 cornerstone pieces in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown over the last 7-8 years, and they just upgraded it. They're not a traditional super team like the Celtics, where they kind of like just bought it. Well, not bought them, but the only piece they had was what's her name, Paul Pierce, and then they traded for KG.
Rondo.
They traded for
they had Rondo.
They did have Rondo.
Rondo wasn't really.
He was the 4th one. He was 4th, bro. Yeah. Also, again, they have all-star caliber players, but they only had 2 all-stars. I think they're just extremely talented, great team. I wouldn't call them a super team, though. I'm still sticking by that.
I think you could buy it because I think they could change the narrative of what a super team is. Because this could just be a different, based on the times. Like it's just a collection of talent, and they have a collection of talent. Like they got 2 other players that could probably also be 2s or 3s on another team. Like if you have a bunch of 2s and 2s and 3s, I mean that's enough talent that you could, if you spread it throughout the roster, and you could be in the same position. Like I don't know, probably another team could probably build it the same way. Like Orlando, they have a chance to build another team the same way. They could add 2 players right now, and they'd have a good collection of talent. I don't think they'd be a super team, but that's just based on age and experience.
The Thunder had the best chance, to be honest.
Them too. They have a collection of talent. If they just add 1 superstar, or like one other all-star caliber player, you could kind of view it as a super team because they'll have 2 all-stars and they'll have 2 very good players like an all-star Jason and Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, who I think could be an all-star in the next 2 years.
I think I'm holding my stock right now on super teams. I think that the Phoenix tried to do something. Latif, you can say it's not a super team. They tried to do something with that, with bringing 3 stars together and trying to work something out with it. Obviously, I think that with the KD, Kyrie and Harden thing in Brooklyn, injuries kind of killed that. But our past 2 champions, barring this Boston team, if and when they win, have kind of been built out rosters, right? We have Golden State and we have Denver. And I think that we kind of saw some actual teams getting built out with good coaching, star talent. You have the guy that can actually go out and win. But I consider this Boston team a super team of sorts. You have 2 top 20, top 25. If you want to put Jaylen Brown in, I don't know. And obviously, Jason Tatum's top 10 players. You have Derek White last year, did he win Most Improved? Just in contention for it.
No.
That was Laurie Marketing.
Okay. We saw signs, and obviously he kind of took off this year. But you add a 19-point all-league defender in Drew Holiday, and you add a 23-8 guy like Kristaps Porzingis. I consider that some super team type moves. But I think it obviously works. So I think when you have the coaching, when you have the pieces around it, obviously it's going to work. You can't deprive your team of resources. But they were able to build a really, really good team. So I think that I'm holding it right now because I think this Boston team works. But whatever the next super team is, I'm still waiting and seeing what's going to happen. Next up, we have signature athletes going to companies that are not Adidas or Nike. We've seen the Puma push in the past couple of years. Kawhi started this thing with New Balance. Kyrie is over with Anta. And we see Shea signed to Converse, which I know is under Nike. But you see some of these star players, star athletes start going to other shoes. Are you buying or selling, I guess, different shoe brands that are not Adidas and Nike?
Selling
I'm selling that.
All shoes. To be honest, all the shoes suck, bro. Let's be serious.
I think
all the shoes suck.
First of all, I think at least the Converse that Shea's been rocking have been really good. I've liked the Converse.
Shea shoes, trash.
He hasn't made a pair of shoes yet. He has not made a pair of shoes yet.
Whatever he got, it's trash.
It's a good try.
Kyrie, I don't like him. Trash.
He's worn the same pair the entire time. You haven't seen any of the colorways.
He's definitely wore more than one colorway. What are you talking about?
He's wore the brown ones like literally every single game.
He had the black ones on too. Like, what are you talking about? He had some black ones.
The brown moccasin ones I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're
he
talking about.
Wore those for like 4 games straight.
Who else got shoes? Oh, LaMelo's shoes are kind of they're kind of good. They're kind of good.
Those wavy though. Those wavy.
Those, outside of that, who else is like? Let's be serious, yo. Clay suck. Who else? Anybody else? Like that's not a thing.
Wade's are actually like pretty decently like.
Yeah, selling that shit.
I don't think those are bad. I'm actually buying it. I'm buying into a different market. I'm cool with some of the new shoes. I don't mind them.
I wouldn't invest any money in that.
Cop them and wear them. Put some jeans on.
I was gonna say we were having this conversation. Latif hasn't hooped in 4 or 5 years, so I don't even know if he really buys it.
What the hell are you talking about?
We just talked about this. Don't say this off camera. You say that I was
right. I've hooped on a team in 4 to 5 years. I've hooped recreationally.
Like you just went and shot baskets outside.
Yes, bro. I haven't played on a team in since high school, but who has, bro?
Like you didn't do
IM? Are you in the men's league or something?
You don't do IM?
What the hell is that?
In college, you don't do IM.
No, bro. I don't have time for that.
Basketball.
I don't have time for that. I have a job and I work for this.
You play one game a week, buddy. You play one game a week. You don't.
I don't have time.
Okay.
No.
Sorry. Mr. Busy. My fault.
What
next up is tanking. We saw Dallas do this last year where they obviously tanked to get the number 10 pick. We see teams like Detroit who just plain suck and still do not get the benefit of getting the number 1 overall pick. Do you think, are you buy, selling, or holding tanking? Because from what it seemed, it works and it also doesn't work. But
it only works when you're trying to get a specific, like if you're trying to get number 1, tanking doesn't work in the NBA. If you're like in Dallas had a specific circumstance, they really they made a business decision based on how the season was to keep their pick, and they knew if it was top 10, they'd be fine. So if you know they knew they could get a top 10 pick. Like they knew they were gonna get that pick to keep their pick. But if like you're banking on getting the number 1 pick, tank is never gonna work out for you in the NBA. Like we watched Detroit have the worst record in the league like 3 years in a row, and they ended up with 5. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I'm selling it because I feel like the basketball guys just haven't rewarded it yet. Adam Silver in the NBA hasn't rewarded it over the last 5 seasons. It's not even like the Pistons were tanking. They just genuinely were bad teams. They like were just genuinely bad teams. So I'm gonna sell it.
I'm selling as well. I think at some point in time, if you're saying you get the top 3, cool. But after that, it's kind of like the lottery is going to play itself out anyways. If you have a lottery pick, it really doesn't matter. You're going to play yourself out. We saw Atlanta win this year. I don't think they were tanking. Obviously, they lost the play-in, like whatever. So I'm selling tanking. Next up, I think it's a pretty obvious one, but overseas talent, more versus the U.S. talent. We still see high schoolers nowadays who are just far more talented than what they were years and years ago. But the overseas talent is absolutely killing right now. So I'm easily what?
No, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not xenophobic or nothing like that. But we're always gonna be better than overseas.
I want you to understand this.
No
country could put out a 12 to 15 person lineup of their own. Like Lithuania cannot put out 15 players on the court that are better than America's 15 players at any level. Like that's just not a thing. The international thing, yeah, there's great international players, like, but it's one in. Yeah, it's a little bit more frequent now, but it's still one in the very few. Like it's one to every 20 great American players. Like, yeah, I get you. Our last 5 players at NBA, like they're all international, but then from 6 down to 19, it's all American. Like damn near. So it's like it's not really a talent disparity or anything like that. Like I'm still
understand, but our last 2 number 1 overall picks, I'm banking on Sar Risichet, I guess is another name that I hear going around. Last 2 number 1 overall picks, international players. Jokic, Embiid, and I get Embiid's playing for the U.S., but international still. Luka, Shea, the league is obviously being dominated by international talent. I'm not picking one country in specific.
They're not being dominated. It's not being dominated.
It isn't at all.
It is not.
Hold on. Top 5. If you are playing a starting 5 of international players versus the U.S., who do you have?
The U.S. players.
Don't
do a full team. Do a full 15-man roster of international players and do a full 15-man roster of American players, and Americans are going to win.
I will still put the Americans in the top 5.
After Jokic, you go
space in between
Luka, Shea, Giannis, and Embiid. After that, give me the next 10 guys that you're going to put.
And that's why I said that. That's why I said top 5.
Yeah, because
they're not dominating the league. Then
I'm gonna still throw out. You still gonna throw out Tatum, AD, Braun, Kevin Durant, and insert another goal, and that's almost still pretty even. And then the next 10 are gonna clear whoever the international guys are.
Luka Shea,
at the top, sure, but it's still a.
I get the depth of American talent. I understand it, like 100%.
Because they're not dominating the league. Then they can't be dominating the league. It's only they cannot be dominating the league.
I'm saying top heavy wise. I think that you look out at prospects that are not in the draft pool right now. Obviously, the guy from Barcelona, like France, is just popping out. Like everybody is able to hoop out there, but there are like top 10 talents.
How many international players won of the last 5 chips? How many of them were international? 2.
What you mean?
Like only 2 international players have won chips in the past 5 years.
Like you're
the
saying,
other 3 have been American
on rosters.
No, I'm saying the best of the last 5 Finals MVPs, only 2 of them are international.
Are you counting Embiid in that too as an international player?
He's international. He's not from here. He wasn't born here.
Yeah, but he's playing for the U.S. Anyway,
I'm
still buying the idea of overseas talent.
Buying what though? I mean,
it's obviously like I think it's on like I'm going to buy stock in overseas talent. I think it will continue to go up and up and up. I will buy stock.
So you think there's going to be a time where all the majority of the best players in the leagues are going to be international?
No, I am buying stock in the idea that we will continue to get very, very good players from overseas.
Well, it's always been like that. There's always been
it's
good
a
players
wider
overseas.
wider
Has
talent pool, but the best players
now
are
like
still
not been happening more than ever?
I mean, it's more than ever, yeah, but it was always
Because
gonna be
in the
there.
last
that's
5,
because
10
the game has
years.
got global. Like
I
it's
understand,
only
but
because there's more eyes looking now. That doesn't really mean they're, but there's just people seeing them now. The majority of the best talent is still going to come from right over here every time.
that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, what
Okay.
the '92 Dream Team is where it really got like global because they're at the Olympics and all that shit, right? So you have kids playing then and developing whatever. We saw like the first wave of it, but like, if you name the top 10 international players of all time, how many are current day players?
None.
Jokic is not a top 10 international player of all time. Luka is
Yes,
not
he
a top
is.
10.
Oh, I
international
thought you meant
player of
like
all time.
top. Sure. Okay.
Like, I'm just saying, like, obviously, like the people they're producing now are better than anyone else we've ever had. So
Even then, in terms of what, like, of all time, like, because there's dudes that like have like amazing overseas resumes, like
Hakeem is an international player too.
the
Yep.
best international player. Like,
Hakeem
ever.
and Dirk.
All right. Listen. Well, America got AJ Dabanasa coming in.
And I was also thinking of who's
AJ
the
Cooper Flag. We got
who's the young KD?
Cameron Boozer.
Yeah.
Cameron Boozer.
Huh?
He's gonna be tough. He's
What'd
a
you
freshman,
say?
bro. I'm not gonna acknowledge him. He got years left. He's a freshman. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
What's his name though?
I don't know. You got Tyron Stokes coming up. A whole bunch of players, man. A whole bunch of players. So
And I guess now with social media and stuff, they're just like more marketable than ever. Like we know who they are. Where it's like years ago.
But that doesn't. Them being seen does not make them better. They're just being seen. People are.
You're just more aware of their game. You're more aware of their game, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't make them better. You're just seeing them now.
I'm just saying, when I grew up, I wasn't watching all these athletes because you can see their mixtapes on YouTube, but that's it. Now I see these guys all the time when I open TikTok or Instagram. Like I'm able to see them play.
Yeah, but that don't mean they're better. That just means
Understand? I'm just saying we are all more versed to them. We are more knowledgeable about their games. We can see how they're playing. So
yeah, and I'm call me a homer. I'm gonna still rock with the Americans because we're better in totality.
Understand. Last one is NBA expansion. Buy, sell, or hold.
Buy.
Buying it.
Because that goes into that hole. Since there's more talent to you feel me, you gotta fill in more spots.
100%.
That's because now we see more. There's more talent to go around. There's not enough, especially with money. There's not enough money in to have all these good guys on a team. Let them go somewhere else. It will help the league get more paired. Obviously, still bring in more money. That means more money for the players. I mean, more spots for these international players that people are starting to fall in love with, thinking they're better than Americans, which is crazy. It's all in all good for the sport. It's not going to be a bad thing.
First off, hold on. I'm just trying to say, like, I still think Americans will continue to dominate the NBA. I'm just saying these five players.
You just said that. You just said the international players.
15
you just said the international. You just said the international players who did dominate NBA. You just said that out your mouth.
I said top 5. I was saying
no, you didn't.
They dominate. You said they dominate the league.
Did I not mention when you said, we'll go 15 to 15?
What I'm getting fried right now.
No. It's top heavy. I said I'm going 5. That's why I'm sticking 5. It's top heavy. Did I not just mention that I know the U.S. has the depth to kill anybody? It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can't say they dominated and then just say it's top 5. I mean, it don't correlate, brother. Let's we go on to the next topic.
I'm just saying international dudes are coming to the league and dominating. Jokic, Shea, Jojo.
He's talking about some coming into the league and dominate.
I don't know what's wrong with that statement. What is wrong with that statement?
Like year 3, year 4.
Luka.
Giannis didn't pop off till year 3, year 4. The only person that really came into the league and dominated was Luka. Year 2, he was averaging 28. That's the only person you could really say that about. Shea ain't take over till year 3, year 4. Joel Embiid couldn't get on the court for 2 years, and then he didn't really take over till year 3, year 4. They ain't come in dominating. That just ain't happened. That's like one of the biggest, craziest lies I done heard. What we talking about?
Well, they also got I mean, they was considering Canada over international, like barely though. That's really across the street for real, bro. Like, I guess he's telling that though.
Seriously. Y'all 30 minutes away. You could go across the bridge right now. Like,
yeah. But yeah,
I'm buying expansion.
I am too. We need a team in Seattle, man, for sure.
No, I keep seeing stuff about Mexico City being like the next thing.
That might have
nobody
they
wants
gotta
that, man.
get one in Vegas. They gotta get one in Vegas.
I think Vegas and Seattle are next too, But
if they add Seattle, that means either Minnesota or Memphis most likely slides east.
Both, because you're adding 2 teams at a time.
So
you're adding Vegas and you're adding Seattle, so you slide Minnesota and you slide Memphis over.
No.
What you mean?
You just slide one.
If you add 2,
Yeah, you slide one. Because it'll be 17 on one side, it'll be 15 on one side. You'll just slide over Minnesota and make it 16.
I'm thinking there's 32.
It's 30.
If they add,
it's 30. So it's 15 and 15.
You gotta add 18. Okay.
If you add Seattle and Vegas, that would make it 17-15. You just add Minnesota, and now it's 16-16.
Yeah, you gotta add 2 more.
Move on.
New Orleans always seemed like an Eastern Conference city, though. Like it's more NFL wise. I thought they're more Eastern, but
it only helped them. It would only help the NBA because they'll be able to make the playoffs more consistently in the East, and that'll help them as a brand. But they're most likely going to keep them in the West.
All right, what's the trivia, Max?
Okay, never mind.
With 11 o'clock, brother.
With this finals being all about losses for the Dallas Mavericks, I need you guys to name me the top 10 players in NBA history with the most playoff losses.
LeBron James.
LeBron's unfortunately won.
Yeah, Mega did to lose.
That's easy. John Stockton.
John Stockton is 5.
Karl Malone.
That's harder.
Malone's 3.
That's harder than I thought.
Derek Fisher.
Patrick Ewing on that list?
Patrick Ewing is not.
Damn.
One of these names shocked me.
You messed the floor, man. So Tony Parker.
Tony Parker's 6.
Tim Duncan.
4. You've got
Manu Ginobili.
Nope.
Okay.
Earned it.
How many you got left? Because I know I just did damn it the whole list.
Brown was 1. Got it. Derek Fisher 2. Got it. Karl Malone 3. Timmy Duncan 4. Stockton 5. Tony Parker 6. You got those.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe is 10. 5.
You just picking the players that have been in the playoffs the longest.
That's all you got to do.
It's not hard.
Al Horford.
That one was the one that shocked me. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Nah, he in Atlanta, he was getting cooked every year.
Yeah.
Like every year.
Horford at 8.
Is Shaq on the list?
Shaq's at 9.
Robert
Horry at 7.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a pretty easy list. It's not that tough. I thought Horford was going to throw you off a little bit. Latif, I don't think you were getting Al Horford.
You didn't even give me a chance. But is that the only trivia you had?
I had another one, but then you just started talking crazy in the group chat. So talking about send the trivia. Send the trivia. And I was like, okay, man, whatever.
I didn't say send the trivia.
You want it easy for a graphic? My other one was not easy for a graphic, so it's not worth it.
All right. Well, that was episode 96 of the podcast. It is getting late. We'll be back pretty soon with more episodes. Gonna get back in football. As stuff starts to develop in the next few days, we'll get back to making videos. I got a lot of topics. Now the NBA season is basically over. Once Dallas Mavericks going to lose a series, we'll probably do like ranking the top 50 players in the NBA. I want to do grading every NBA team season. Now that the season is over. What else we could do? Ranking the last 10 championship teams. We could do a lot of. We have a lot of stuff to do. Now that the season is over.
Yeah, we'll July gonna be a dry season.
Yeah, we got NBA draft coming up. Free agency, we got free agency too. We're gonna do free agency stuff, putting every free agency in like a tier list. A whole bunch of stuff we can do, basically. So yeah, we'll be back very, very soon. And NFL stuff. Thank you guys for supporting, and we are out.